What's up, Grizz Nation? Jessica Benson and Mike Wallace here for the Southland Casino Hotel's Drive to the Draft Lottery. It is ping pong ball season, and the Memphis Grizzlies have the 7th best odds at the #1 pick when those ping pong balls fall in Chicago this coming Sunday. But Mike, there's a lot of ways that this can all shake out for the Grizzlies.
Yes, but it starts off by taking off from FedEx Forum, and you literally cannot drive from FedEx Forum to Chicago for this week's draft lottery without going by Southland Casino Hotel, the Mid-South's premier gaming destination. And when the Grizzlies get to Chicago, they have the 7th best odds that you mentioned before, and they have a 7.5% chance of landing the #1 pick. Now, we do know this, there's some history there. The Grizzlies are one of 9 NBA teams since 1985 yet to land the #1 overall pick. They have a 7.5% chance to get the #1 pick Sunday, and they have a 32% chance of jumping into the top 4. Now, I won't bore you with all the numbers, but the Grizzlies can either get 1, 2, 3, or 4, or they can get 7, 8, 9, or 10. Those are the only options for them in the draft. They jump up to the top 4, stand pat at 7, and they cannot fall back any further than the top 10. So they're guaranteed a top 10 pick in the lottery for the 3rd time in 7 years. And Jess, we know what's happened the last couple of times that they've been in that lottery. In 2018, they went in as #2, dropped 2 spots back to #4 to get Jaren Jackson Jr., the Defensive Player of the Year and an All-Star. The very next year, they go in at 8, jump up 6 spots, and get Ja Morant, a 2-time All-Star and a franchise catalyst. So the Grizzlies have had some fortune in this draft lottery process the last couple of times they've been there. Now, when we get to Chicago, there's going to be a number of prospects. You follow college basketball and beyond. Who are some of the names and the guys that are going to be in that mix for one of the lottery picks?
Right. Now, when you're looking at most mock drafts, you're going to see 2 Frenchmen towards the top of most of those lists, and that is big man Alex Sarr, along with 3-and-D wing Zachary Risache. But like you said, some college players who made a name for themselves, one of those being UConn big man Donovan Clingan, who helped the Huskies in their March Madness run to that national championship game. You have a couple of sharp shooters in Kentucky's Reed Shepherd, along with Dalton Knecht out of the University of Tennessee. And then along with some of the college players, you have guys from the G League Ignite as well, which includes Ronald Holland and Mattis Buzelis. Lots of names to choose from. What we've heard from team president Zach Kleiman is that the Grizzlies are keeping their options open with this potential pick, but also you enter this draft with a sense of confidence from the Grizzlies because of those top 10 teams in the draft lottery. The Grizzlies return the most experience and the most production when it comes to the return of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yes, so what are you going to put around those guys? That's going to be the question, right? Do you use the draft? Do you use free agency? Do you use summer trades? Do you use the offseason? The Grizzlies, as you said, have all of their options open. But one thing that you can rest assured is that the NBA is going to have 78 plus prospects who will be in Chicago. So we're going to go from Sunday's NBA draft lottery right into the NBA pre-draft combine on Monday, and that takes place from Monday through Friday in Chicago. So the Grizzlies will have their front office staff there, their coaching staff and their trainers there evaluating all of these prospects. And you're talking about 78 names, some of the ones that you've mentioned. One of the things that is new this year is that every player invited to the draft combine must participate in the measurements, they must participate in some of the drills, and the sit-down interviews with the front office executive staff. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. But as we say, the Grizzlies are looking to bounce back, and one of the things that's reassuring is that this isn't a team that's in the middle of a rebuild, a makeover. This is a team that needs to retool and get right back to where they are.
And it all starts with the NBA Draft Lottery this coming weekend. You'll also have the NBA Draft, the NBA Draft Combine, and you know Grind City Media will have you covered through all of it. But for now, it all begins with the Southland Casino Hotel's Drive to the Draft Lottery. This Sunday, we'll find out where the Memphis Grizzlies are picking in this year's NBA Draft.